Representative Tom Tancredo has made immigration the core of his presidential campaign. He joins us tonight. Good to have you with us, sir.
Thank you very much. It's a pleasure to join you.
As I understand it, you are not a big fan of the president's plan either. So what is your solution to the immigration issue?
It's called enforcement, and it's called attrition through enforcement. I know this is a strange concept, maybe here in Washington, D.C., maybe for a lot of people out there, but the reality is you can actually do something to solve this problem. It's called enforce the law. We really don't need any more laws on the books. It just means somebody's got to enforce the ones that are there.
Well, how specifically do you plan to get them enforced? Because if they're not being enforced now, how are you going to change it?
Well, a president has got to say to his secretary in this case, the Secretary of Homeland Security, you are going to enforce our laws. You're actually going to enforce the border. You're also going to go after employers who are hiring people who are here illegally. This is the responsibility of the federal government. If we do this, if we actually go after employers, and I mean, you got to do it aggressively, you will see over time people will begin leaving the United States and going home because the thing for which they came, the job, is no longer available.
How easy is that going to be, though, to enforce? Because you look at, there's always this talk about illegal immigrants do jobs Americans won't do. Whether or not there's any truth to that, because everybody has their own opinion, when you look at these jobs and you look at the economy, prices are a lot lower in the U.S. than they are in other countries because there is, as we've been told, a less expensive workforce. If you take that away, I mean, are people really going to enforce it if it's going to hurt the U.S. economy?
Let me just give you one anecdote, okay? And this came out in the Wall Street Journal not too long ago. It's a chicken processing plant in Georgia. Not necessarily probably one of the most enticing sort of jobs out there or alluring jobs. Maybe hard to get people to do it. Well, they had all illegal aliens doing it, and an ICE raid occurred, and most of them were taken away, and the factory said, how are we going to do this? We're going to close. But they actually started looking at what was available, who were available. They went to the town, they went to the community. They found that they could replace all of the people that they lost. They replaced them mostly with African Americans, with black Americans. Now, what they had to do, they had to pay $9 instead of $7 an hour. They had to provide a bus from the community to the factory because most of these people didn't have a car. They had to provide some sort of health care. You know what? They are still making a profit. I don't think chicken prices are going to go through the roof. And we've employed a lot of people, Americans, that supposedly would not do the job. That's an anecdote, I understand, but I'm telling you, we'd replicate it all over this country if we enforce the law.
So you're saying that can work. There are a couple of other issues when it comes to illegal immigration. One very important one being children of illegal immigrants. A lot of these kids don't even know that their status is illegal or that their parents are illegal until maybe they apply for financial aid to college. And there's been some talk about sending these kids back to the countries where their parents came from. Well, is that fair to these children when they didn't do anything wrong?
It's, you know, the sins of the parents. The fact is a parent makes the decision to break the law and come into this country. They pay the price. The child goes with the parent under, most circumstances. I assume that a parent would want to keep their child with them. If the child has reached the age of majority, that child is a citizen of the United States and can stay. I mean, it doesn't even have to be the age of majority. It's just up to the parent, really. And all I'm saying is that those are circumstances that are decided by the family, not by the government. The government simply does what the government is supposed to do. So you're saying the family has to accept what it has done on its own. That's its responsibility.
We're short on time, sir, but I do want to get to this. When it comes to the fact that there are, as we've been told, as few as 12, some say as many as 20 million illegal immigrants in this country. Is just kicking them out really going to work? If they're already here, why not work with them while trying to enforce the laws to prevent any further illegal immigration?
We tried it. It was called the 1986 amnesty. Every single issue, every single argument that is being made today in favor of doing it again was made then. They failed. If you give amnesty to people who are here illegally, all you will get are a lot more people coming into this country illegally. That's the bottom line. It's unfortunately the way human nature works. You reward certain behavior, you'll get more of it.
Well, it is not the last time we're going to be speaking about this issue, as we know.
That is for sure.
Representative Tom Tancredo from Colorado, thanks again for your time tonight.
You bet.